All right, if you're a dog owner in Mays Landing, you're in the right place. We're going to break down how to find a great dog trainer, plain and simple. No confusion, just a clear guide so you can feel really good about your choice.
You know, this is all about making your daily life here easier and more fun. Think about it. Calm walks around your neighborhood, or maybe running into people at Hamilton Commons without any stress. That's what good training does. It just makes your dog an even better buddy to have around Mays Landing.
So here's what we'll cover. We'll look at training for life right here in Mays Landing. What makes a trainer great? How to find the right program, the questions you absolutely need to ask, and we'll finish up with some local rules and resources you should know about.
You know, successful training is so much more than just the basic commands like sit or stay. It's really about making sure your dog can handle being out and about in our community, feeling comfortable and safe.
Okay, so what separates a real pro from just, someone who likes dogs? Let's get into the stuff that really matters, the qualities and the credentials to look for.
One of the biggest things you'll want to hear a trainer talk about is positive reinforcement. All that means is they focus on rewarding the good stuff your dog does, with treats, praise, whatever works. It's super effective, it builds trust, and honestly, it just makes training way more fun for both of you. And that's why it's so great. Using humane methods just works better in the long run. It means you'll have a safer dog. And hey, it helps keep things peaceful with the neighbors. It's a win for everybody.
Okay, you're going to see a bunch of letters after some trainers' names, and it can look like alphabet soup, right? But things like CPDTK or KPA CTP are actually a big deal. They mean the trainer has put in the work, studied, and met professional standards. And if you're dealing with tougher stuff like serious anxiety, looking for something like a CBCCKA is a really smart move.
All right, so now we know what to look for in a person. Let's talk about the programs themselves. It's all about finding something that fits your goals, your dog, and of course, your budget. So you've basically got two main options here. Group classes, they're awesome for getting your dog used to other dogs and people, learning to focus when there are distractions. On the other hand, if you've got a specific issue at home, like going crazy when the doorbell rings or pulling on the leash in your neighborhood, a private session is probably going to be your best bet.
All right, let's talk money, because it's a big part of the decision. This table gives you a pretty good idea of what training costs in the Mays Landing area for 2025. As you can see, a set of group classes is going to be in one price range, while something like a board and train is, well, it's a much bigger investment. Hopefully this helps you see what fits your budget.
And look, you don't always need a massive package. See that range for a private lesson? Sometimes just one or two of those focused sessions can solve a specific problem. It can make a huge difference, and it's a lot more affordable.
So, you've narrowed it down to a few trainers. You have an idea of your budget. Now it's time to talk to them. This is the consultation phase, and you want to go in prepared. Here's your checklist. You've got to ask, what methods do you use? What are your credentials? How are you going to customize this for my dog? And a big one, how do we know it's working? Oh, and get the total cost up front. A real pro will have clear, confident answers for all of these.
Okay, for our last section, let's bring it all home. We'll talk about the local rules here in Mays Landing and some great spots where you can actually go and practice all these new skills.
First, the rules. These are the basics you just have to know. Your dog has to be on a leash no longer than 6 feet pretty much anywhere in public. And of course, make sure you're up to date on that rabies vaccine and have your annual county dog license. No getting around those.
So where can you go to work on all this? Well, the trails over at Lake Lenape Park are great for practicing leash walking with some distractions around. If you want a safe fenced-in spot for some off-leash time, the dog park at Estill Manor is perfect for that. Birch Grove Park is another solid choice with its walking pads to really nail down those loose leash skills.
So, as we're getting to the end here, just take a second and think, what's that one thing you're really hoping for? Is it just a nice, calm walk around the lake? Is it being able to sit in your backyard without a ton of barking? Or maybe just having people over without your dog jumping all over them? Figure out that first big goal, because that's your starting point.
Picking the right trainer really is the first big step. A well-trained dog just makes for a happier, less stressful home. And it means you have a more confident buddy to take with you on all your adventures around town. So we wish you the best of luck as you work on building that amazing bond. It'll make everything, with family, friends, and your neighbors, just that much easier and more enjoyable.